And 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the back and forth. Co-parents, things are happening out there every day and we don't know why they happen. But we know there's a reason behind everything. I don't believe in coincidences, but I do know that things happen for a reason. Like, for example, Chanel, what would you do if somebody just came over to help you out, like an ex, and help you out, let's say, take care of some lawn care duties and stuff like that? How would that make you feel?
Great.
I wasn't about to ask you that because what I want to do is, because we can't control things. However, we can control this. Guess what, everybody? We got a guest today. And before we jump into the show, I want to introduce Cindy to y'all. I guess I can to my right side. Cindy, she's a coach too. You want pointing the wrong way, Chanel. Jeez. And she's also co-parenting coach. And we want to bring that into you all because you never know what's going to happen around here. You ready, Chanel? You ready, Cindy?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Let's go. Boom. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the back and forth. And as you see here, besides my esteemed co-host, we have another guest today. We got our first guest. I can't say another. Our first guest today. Her name is Cindy, but she goes by Coach Cece. I saw her on the Instagrams, on the social and the medias, and ran across her. Tell everybody hello, Cindy.
Hi everyone, how you doing out there?
All right.
As you said, my name is Cindy. I do go by Coach Cece. I am a co-parenting coach, a relationship coach, and I've been trauma trained. So I've been working with students and parents over the last 15 plus years. So I am super excited to be on the show today.
All right. Look at that, Cindy. Won't he do it? Look at that, Chanel. We got a guest on the show. Man, I don't know what the budget's at for it, but we got a guest on the show today. But I tell you what, it is so good to have someone else on here to get their perspective on things from the coach co-parenting standpoint, because for the longest time, it's just been me and Chanel doing this. And it's good to get someone else's perspective because someone else may have a fresh outlook on it. And so with that being said, there's something out there that we ran across on the interwebs, and we want to make sure we bring it to you all's attention because someone out there may be going through it. And it's this right here. I'll throw it up on the screen. It's probably going to take a full screen because I can't put it in the middle because I'll be blocking out Cindy. So I'm probably going to put the whole screen and pull it up on the full screen. But here it is. It says this right here. This is my dad mowing my mom's lawn. They've been divorced for 28 years. The woman shares father-touching act of kindness. When my younger siblings questioned, why is your dad mowing mom's lawn? I told them because she needed help. So he did. This is co-parenting. This is how lucky I am to have 4 parents who respect each other. And it says read the full story. However, so we got a picture of the man out here cutting the grass in the lawn. So, Chanel, I'll come to you first. We got this man here outside cutting grass, and they've been divorced now for 28 years. What are your thoughts on that situation right there?
Well, Kev, I think I did actually read the full story of this because I thought it was interesting. I was trying not to make any judgments originally, and so what I believe from this story is that the stepfather of this young lady that wrote into this about the story, he's ill, and so he's not able to take care of the lawn, I guess like he used to. Mm-hmm. And so with the parents I guess with all the adults in the situation, I guess trying to be there for each other, I thought that was a very mature way to go about it, even for the stepmom. From the stepmom's perspective, this man has moved on, remarried, and for her to look at the bigger picture of, what, at the end of the day, they didn't work out, but as life would have it, we're all family. And so if the mom is going through something, it's probably becoming a burden for the daughter. And so I'm okay with him stepping in. There's nothing else going on, and this is what family does. So I was actually kind of touched by the story, Kev. I thought that this was a great opportunity to show people how looking at the bigger picture and how it comes from a child's perspective, what the children think when parents are working together. But I would love to hear what Cindy thinks about this.
Yes, I'm so thankful to see stories like this because a lot of times for some reason people think co-parents should just like hate each other and not talk to each other, and to know that he's stepping in on behalf of an ill person who's usually, you know, the head of the household. I think that's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing inspirational story, and I wish there was more people who would understand that it's about the children. And it's almost like, would you want the daughter to be out there mowing the lawn? I mean, if you have a capable man who's able to do it and he's willing to do it,
Yeah.
and his, you know, his wife is on board, and all the adults, like you said, are mature enough to be able to understand that at the end of the day, it's about the children. And it's like, if you have a 17-year-old daughter, would you want her out there mowing the lawn? Like, it just doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
any
Mm-hmm.
sense. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, there are parents out there, they're like, no, I'd rather have my 17-year-old go out there because I don't want my ex over here and he ain't no good and he's this and he's that. And it's almost like, we are all family. Once you have a child with
Yeah.
someone, it doesn't stop at 18. Like a lot of people are always like, oh, you only got to deal with them until they turn 18. It's like they live beyond 18. You understand that? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're all family at this point, and it's just it was a very touching story, and I was very inspired by it.
Absolutely. Kev, what are your
Oh,
What
thoughts?
about
What do
you,
you think
Kevin, from a
co-parenting
man's
oh,
affects
standpoint?
it's not from a man's standpoint. It's just, it's so warm and refreshing just hearing you two all just talk about how nice and how wonderful these things are. But as you know, sometimes somebody has to be the contrarian on the show, and here we go. This all is fine and dandy. He's out cutting grass for his ex wife. Had been divorced now for 28 years, and so that is amazing that they can get along to be able to do this. But I always ask this question: what is the other spouse saying right now? Because as Chanel pointed out, he is also married too. And where are they in their level of security in their
Mm.
relationship that 28 years later, her husband is going over to help somebody cut grass?
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless he does lawn care for a living, it's just another stop for him. But I know myself, I've been divorced now from my ex wife since 1999, 2000 time frame. Been about 20 something years. Yeah, probably about 20 something, over 20 something years. And if she needed her grass cut, and this is just me being honest, she needed her grass cut, I'd probably hire somebody to go cut her grass.
Mm.
I'm not putting in any physical labor to go out there. I will help out anybody. But it would still take a lot out of me to go out and do that. First of all, I got a son who's in his late 20s, so he should be able to go
Mm-hmm.
help his mom cut her grass. Um, but I just want to make sure we keep our eye on the prize here, because 28 years being divorced and somebody's child is in. He got what they said he had. What he said, the younger siblings of the child said this is what co-parenting is all about. Is it? Is it? I don't know how old that child is, y'all, because they've been divorced for 28 years. How old is that child? That child could be in their 20s. Now I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that child could be cutting the grass. I know you don't want your daughter cutting the grass, but I've seen a lot of ladies cut grass. They don't let no. My
Oh,
neighbor
I
cuts
was
the grass.
cutting grass when I
Yeah,
was a kid.
yeah, my neighbor cuts the
I was
grass.
No,
definitely cutting the
no,
grass.
no. We don't touch lawnmowers over here. So
See, yeah, I don't touch
there's that.
lawnmowers anymore either. But I'm just saying though, we
there's
could.
there's
If,
that.
if we need help, I can get you some help. I can go hire some help. And I'm not trying to put in a bougie status, but that's what I'm saying, because we all get along. And I know y'all probably seen out there on social media, you see the couples, the couples who get along together, the co-parent couples who get along together. And that's a beautiful thing. But there's always another side to that coin. And just because we maybe seem like we're getting along online, and what's really happening behind the scenes. Because I don't know
Mm-hmm.
about y'all, but How often is this happening? Is it just because the husband's sick right now, so he's helping out, which is a great thing. And this is be real. I'm just saying this is a great thing that he's doing. But we also have to look at it from the other side too. So I just want people to be aware that there's somebody like Cindy said, somebody like, I ain't going over there. Oh no, not today, not today. So we have to be real about this. And if you are going through those type of situations, then if you can't have the open type of communication to be able to understand that somebody's going through something right now, and this is why he is doing it. First of all, it's nobody else's business anyway. Let's put this out there. This gets posted on social media. It's everybody's business now. And so we have the right to form an opinion. So that's what we're doing right now, forming an opinion based on what we see and the article itself. But is there something else going on behind the scenes? Who knows? I just say that, like, I'm in agreement with Chanel and Cindy on this one. This is a great thing that he's doing, especially when somebody's in need, because one day you may be in need. And who's going to be there to help you? If you turn your back on somebody, who's going to be there to help you? I'm not going to take up too much more of y'all time. I just wanted to play the contrarian a little bit there because somebody out there might be saying the same thing. So, Chanel, what else you got on this one?
I will say this, Kev, to your point about what the other spouse, I don't think he should just go over there just because he thinks that is the right thing to do without discussing it with his spouse. So I definitely want to make sure that is clear, that, sometimes, or majority of the time, some people feel like they still have that type of access to you, although they're not connected to you. And we got to make sure that you set up the appropriate boundaries, that you don't pay this phone bill so I can hang up, and, and not have to think nothing of it. And so, now that you've given someone else that type of access to you, I think it's definitely appropriate to make sure that y'all are on the same page with it before making decisions to do something like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, go ahead, Cindy.
I was gonna say we're not even sure the backstory. I mean, they could all be friends at this point, because 28 years is a long time to like be at odds with each other. So they could all be friends. The wife, the new wife, might have been over there as well. So we're not even sure what the dynamic is. The two of them might have went over there together, and he was cutting the grass while the two women were kikiing. And then once the grass was all set, they were like, okay, it's time to go home.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we have to be able to look at it for all sides, because, like I said, we only see what people post, and that's where this show comes into play, because we can talk about what's being posted, and like I said, there's two sides to every story: his side, her side. What's three sides? His side, her side, and the truth. And, so who knows? There might not be anything going on here, but just might be an act of kindness that's great, and we need to see more of this, because maybe if we see more of this, they will take the chances of a lot of frustrations and hostilities between the couples coming out there, because we know the statistics. Over 50% of marriages end in divorce in the U.S. And after the pandemic, we know a lot more divorces were going on. And so we need to still work together for what's best for our children. And at the end of the day, we have to remember that this is not about us. It's about them and their well-being. This right here goes way above and beyond that. And, and I commend him for doing that. So, everybody, these topics sometimes write themselves. And, this one right here we've done a great job of this. Cindy's jumped in and did a great job of explaining it. She took my place. I didn't get to say much today. So I appreciate you all letting me speak for the couple of seconds I did get to talk. It's wonderful to be able to speak, because like Chanel and Cindy took over the show, and I'm just here just making sure we're going straight. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Cindy, before we leave, where can the people find you, and what do you got going on?
Definitely. So, as I mentioned before, I am a co-parenting coach. My website is cindyjcadet.com. I'm also on Instagram at cindyjcadet, and I'm also on Facebook at Coach CC. I am also a children's author. I write stories. I've collaborated with my daughter to write stories about separation, divorce, co-parenting, blended families. So you can definitely check out our books on our website. We have journals to help children to express their feelings and understand that separation and divorce is hard, and it's hard on the adults, but it's harder on the kids. And it's like when we have high conflict co-parenting, it makes it 10 times worse on the child.
Mm.
And it's not fair that, they have to be stuck in the middle and having to deal with emotions. And a lot of times their emotions are on the back burner when it should be on the forefront.
Oh, great.
Wow.
That is amazing. So you all make sure you all go out and check Cindy out. We'll put all the information down in the captions. And while y'all down there, make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and notification button, because Chanel forgot to tell you all to do it at the beginning of the show. And I knew she was going to do that. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. But make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and notification button so y'all know when we coming out with this new content. She had one job. But Chanel, I'm going to tell these people to stay safe and be blessed. What you got for them?
I'm just going to say, put God first in everything that you do in all of your relationships. Put God first. Even when you're watching the show, half of the stuff that Kev says about me is not true. So if you put God first, you would know that. Kev,
oh my
take
gosh.
us home.
And with that, we out. Boom.